What are complementary colors? Let's dig in today. Hi all, if you're new here, this is Modula, the artist behind Modula Creations, and in today's video we are going to see what are complementary colors. To understand better about the complementary colors, let's just have a look at the basic color wheel. The basic color wheel, of course, as you know, has three primary colors, which is the yellow, red and the blue. Here the values are not very important, so you can take any red, any blue and any yellow. So we are just going to see how all these come together. So when you mix this yellow and the red, you get an orange, right? Similarly, when we mix the blue and the red, we get a purple. And when we mix the blue and the yellow, we get a green. So this is the basic color wheel, and complementary colors are the colors just opposite of the color wheel, which means for the yellow, the purple or the violet is the complementary color. For the red, the green is the complementary color, and for the orange, the blue is the complementary color. So what does that mean? When these complementary colors are used next to each other, they complement themselves. That is, they create a high contrast. So one reason why they create high contrast is that one color is on the warm side and another color is on the cool side. So for example, if we take blue and orange, these two are complementary colors. The blue is on the cool side, which means this side of the spectrum is the cool colors and this side of the spectrum is the warm colors, right? So always you will have one warm color and one cool color when you take complementary colors. The same way, if you see red and green, the red is the warm color and green is the cool color. The same applies to this. So every time you pick two colors opposite on the color wheel, one will be on the cooler side and one will be on the warmer side. So that's how it is contrasting each other very well. Another main reason why they complement each other is that, so let's take one example of this green and red. These are complementary colors. Green is actually formed with a combination of yellow and blue, right? So if I take this out, so as you can see, the red, yellow and blue are these colors that are required to get our complementary colors. That is, the red actually complements a color when you combine yellow and blue. The same way, when we bring these two colors together, these two are complementary colors, the yellow and the purple. So if I take this out, this purple is actually got by mixing these two colors. So yellow is again complementing a color which is the combination of the other two primary colors. The same equation with blue and orange. So I take this out. So actually this blue is complementing some other color which is a combination of the rest of the two primary colors. This is one of the main reasons why they complement so well instead of competing with them. Okay, because they are not of the same color range, they are completely in a different set of a color range. That's why they are able to complement each other so well. So I'm going to show you how they complement. So this is a canvas sheet. I'm just going to place these colors next to each other so that you can clearly see how they are complementing. Let me take an yellow and let's give it a purple touch around it. You see how the yellow got brighter when I placed the purple near it? So it actually creates a very high contrast when these complementary colors are placed next to each other. Similarly, we will see the other complementaries as well. So let's take a blue now. This is an ultramarine blue. This concept is irrespective of whether you take a ultramarine or a Prussian blue. This is a blue. Now I'm going to place an orange around it. How these two colors complement, same way you can see how these two colors produce a very high contrast when they are placed next to each other. This is also true for red and green. The same way I am placing red and I am going to give a layer of green around it. So this is not only for acrylics, this concept is overall applicable for any medium that you use. So irrespective of the medium, the concept will remain the same. You can use the same concept and extend it to watercolors. You can extend it to any other mediums as well. Okay. So this is one part of the complementary colors. The next thing that I wanted to show you is what happens when we mix those complementary colors. Okay. So I'm going to mix an yellow and a purple here and let's see what happens. Can you see how muted the colors have become? So it will give you kind of a brown or a grey whenever you pick and choose colors opposite on the color wheel. You can keep mixing and you will never get a bright color anymore. See how muted it got? Some kind of an earthy color. The same will be true for any opposite or complementary colors that you pick from the color wheel. So the same thing, I'm going to mix an orange and a blue. It will just mute itself off. So both the colors will just combine to mute each other. So depending on the strength of those colors, you will get various values. But then the thing is, you will never get a brighter color. Now let's try this red and the green. And irrespective whether you put a green on top or red on top, doesn't matter. It is going to give you a dull and a muted color. So it will vary from browns to greys. Whatever you are going to mix will vary from browns to greys. See, you will never see the green or the red anymore. If I showed you this color and asked you what is this, we will never be able to say that is a combination of orange and a blue, but we will actually say it as a brown, right? So the same holds true for any color, complementary color that you mix. Alright. So where is the application of this? You can see these complementary colors in various paintings right from ancient age till now. So many artists have implemented this concept in their paintings. So how can we implement it is the next thing we are going to see. I do post video tutorials, detailed product reviews and much more on my channel every single week, so do subscribe and also click on the bell icon so that you get notifications from YouTube as soon as I post a new video. So to quickly show you how this can be done, I'm going to do a pear and I'm also going to do an apple next to each other. So first let's start with a pear. I'm just using sap green and a lemon yellow to finish off the pear. It's just a rough drawing. I'm not going to do any sketch here. Just kind of a rough figure to show you how it will work together. And I'm just using one flat brush for the entire piece. If you are just starting out and struggling with colors, then just download my guide on color mixing for beginners from the link guide.modulacreations.com. This is a completely free PDF and you can use it for your reference. So that's it. So for this pear, we will complement. The first step is placing two complement objects next to each other, right? So we will complement this with a red apple. So this is a green, so we will place a red apple near to it and see what happens. Similar to the pear, here also I am going to just do a rough sketch of an apple with a paintbrush. I am using a red and an yellow to bring out a little bit of tones here and there, and I am not going to do any preliminary drawing for this as well. So when you place objects like this with the complementary colors next to each other, it complements them so much that the painting itself will pop out like anything, and all your main objects, if you are able to implement this concept, then you can take your paintings to the next level. So now this is one application. As I told you, the second application is mixing those complementary colors and getting muted colors. So what to do with them? For example, to add shadows for this green pear, I can actually use a combination of its complementary color to get the brown and use it as the shadow area. So for the green, it's going to be red. So I am mixing little bit of green with the red to get the muted tone. Or I could also use to darken the color, which means I can mix the red with little bit of green and make it a darker color to apply on the shadow area, which is what I am doing now. Right? So this, if I give that as a shadow for the pear, it's going to appear still more natural. Hopefully you are getting the concept. So it can be used in a variety of ways in your shadow area. Similarly for the apple, I could use the same tone. So this is a quick study kind of an object. You can do any object as you wish and see how it is working. You can also use the same brown for the stalk of it. That's the stem that you wanted to show. So you can use it in any creative way you want and just experiment with these colors. Alright, so this is the concept I wanted to bring out to you for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you got value from this video, do hit the like button and also do share it with your friends. Please subscribe and stay connected with me. I'll be uploading lot of such videos going forward to help you get better at painting. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next week's video.